Now, David Cameron's promise to slash net migration to the tens of thousands is in tatters, as new figures show it soared to its highest level since he took office. Almost 300,000 more people arrived in the UK than left during the year ending in September. That's a steep increase on the previous year and a huge embarrassment for the Prime Minister, whose spokesman admitted the figures were disappointing. Our political editor Gary Gibbon reports from Croydon.
The Tories knew this was coming and would like you to look away. Net immigration is back up to its 2005 high. The pledge David Cameron gave was meant to help the Conservatives in marginal seats like Croydon in South London. It's coming back to haunt him.
Net migration to this country will be in the order of tens of thousands each year. No ifs, no buts.
Number 10 said a big part of the rise was EU immigrants coming to take jobs and share in economic growth. But David Cameron's focusing his efforts on reducing benefits for EU migrants.
David Cameron's pledge was to get net immigration way below where it had got to and keep it under 100,000. Today's figures haven't just bust that pledge, they've jumped on it and shattered it. It shows the perils of policy based more on polling than hard policy crunching. The Tories thought they were onto a winner with this pledge. It attracted support of 80% of voters when they were asked whether they liked the pledge. Interestingly, though, another poll at about the same time suggested almost the same percentage thought David Cameron had a fat chance of meeting it.
I don't think he was ever going to hit it because, you know, there's a lot of people coming into this country, obviously taking advantage of the abilities that this country holds.
He promised things he didn't do.
And is that going to affect the way you vote?
No, well, we always voted Conservative.
This time, what do you think?
UK.
The Tories started this parliament with nearly half of voters saying they trusted them most on immigration, but their ratings have plummeted. A lead over Labour that used to be sizable was winnowed away to virtually nothing. You might think all that hard talk got the Tories nowhere.
A report last month warned the Conservatives that in many marginal seats like Croydon Central, chasing UKIP defectors with strong messages on immigration risked driving away voters born abroad. And in seats like this, they can number a lot more than the Tory majority.
So you've been here since 1948 from South Africa.
Yes.
And do you think the tone on the debate on immigration the politicians got it right?
It was different, but now it's completely different, I think.
Now it's very hostile, is it?
Yes.
You voted Conservative in the past.
Yeah.
Might you do it again?
I still think about it.
You're thinking about it. And is their tone on immigration one of the reasons you're not too keen on them?
Yeah, sometimes I'm very concerned about what kind of policy they will put forward, a different party about the immigration. Because you can't say use the negative attitude to the immigration, the people from another country. Actually, we contribute to the economy a lot.
Today's figures show a rise in non-EU as well as EU immigration. Economic success, the Tories insist, is at the heart of all good things the voters want. It seems to drive some things they don't want too. Gary Gibbon, Channel 4 News, Croydon.
Well, I've been speaking with the UKIP leader Nigel Farage, who is in the United States at the moment. He's there to speak at a Conservative Republican conference alongside the likes of Sarah Palin and the National Rifle Association. And I asked him about these latest net migration figures.
Well, the whole point about immigration is, should you be in control of it or not? And now, Mr Cameron, 5 years ago, in his contract with the British people, said he would bring the numbers down to tens of thousands a year. And we made it clear that's an impossible promise to make because we have absolutely no control, over anybody that comes in from 27 other countries. And frankly, with immigration running at these numbers, given the fact that 76% of the British people want us to take back some control, given the impact this has on our health service, on our schools and everything else, this is an abject failure by this government.
What do you say to your colleague Douglas Carswell, who says that Britain today proves that Enoch Powell was simply wrong?
I would say that Powell's speech was misjudged. He was right to say we should discuss immigration sensibly. The unfortunate consequence of that speech was we stopped discussing it for a very long time, and immigration was considered to be something that frankly was disreputable to even talk about. I believe that what UKIP have done is to make the debate on immigration a respectable debate and one that is absolutely at the centre ground of modern British politics.
Now, while you've been over there, Jihadi John has been unmasked as Mohammed Enwazi. What's your reaction to this revelation?
Well, there's no reaction. We knew he was British. All we've got is his name, and the fact that people are being radicalised into thinking that ISIS offers something attractive is very, very worrying.
Well, what is your solution to ISIS? Would you go to war?
No. I think one of the things I'm going to say today is that Britain and America, between them, have been involved in an endless series of wars, and I think actually our constant intervention in Muslim countries has probably actually been counterproductive. To fight ISIS, yes, it is going to need a massive military effort across a very large region, but I do not believe that British and American boots on the ground will solve any of this.
Just finally, do you find, talking to people there, that they think perhaps that Britain has a particular problem with jihadis?
I think they look at the whole of Europe. They look at the attacks in Paris, they look at the events in Belgium, and they think Europe has got a particular problem. It is not a problem that is going to go away very quickly. I do personally believe that we need to assert very clearly, what our culture is, what our law is, and there are things, for example, in our schools and prisons where I think we can stop the growth of some of this radicalism.
And do you feel at home there with the Republicans?
Yes, when I meet people here who believe in liberty and who are concerned about a trend towards supranationalism and who believe in democracy, there are some elements of American conservatism that wouldn't be my cup of tea.
But they haven't approached you to run for president?
No, I wasn't born here. Boris Johnson, of course, could run as president. He was born here. I certainly don't qualify.
Nigel Farage, thank you for talking with us.